Well, where do we start? We just got back from the whole tour. We have quite a few things to say.
Words are hard because it was so disgusting.
We're about to get on a bus to go snorkel with sharks.
And stingrays. Here we go. Thank you, muchas gracias. This beach is a lot prettier than the one at our hotel. The water is a lot more blue. Taking our little speedboat out to the main boat, which I think is just right there.
Either that one or that one.
One of the two. We are about to hop into the water. The sharks are not here yet. I mean, they might be. We're just snorkeling out in the open, so we'll see what we find. For a while now, Jake and I have been wanting to take free diving lessons, and so today we told ourselves we were going to touch the bottom, so we swam down like 10 feet and touched the bottom. I know it's not that cool, but I think it's the first step into a long journey of free diving.
That was a lot of fun being able to touch the bottom of the ocean. Jenny thinks it was 10 feet, but I think it was a little more than that. Now it looks like we're getting in with the sharks and stingrays.
We had no idea that they were going to be in these cages, so I don't know.
Yeah, we're not too excited about it anymore because, you know, when there's animals in cages, it's not always as fun as seeing them in the wild. Hopefully they're treated well. We'll just evaluate how we feel about it after.
We thought that we were gonna be snorkeling with like sharks and stingrays like out in the ocean. This is the website that we booked on. It looks like the sharks are free and out in the open ocean. There's no cages, so it was pretty deceiving once we got there and we did not see this scene. I had like heard maybe that it was gonna be in like an enclosure, but I wasn't really sure. Like I thought, oh, maybe they have like a net or something, but it's still like the open ocean. No, it was straight up like a jail. Like it was fenced, tiny little like boxes where these animals are living.
Mm-hmm. And we want to make sure that like we say that we're just making some assumptions because we don't know everything that goes on there. We hope that the animals are treated well, but from everything that we observed, it did not appear that these animals were happy to be there. And like the dolphins just killed me because dolphins are like very intelligent creatures. Like they know, they can recognize themselves in the mirror. Like we've interacted with them in the wild, and just seeing the difference between the wild dolphins just living their best lives out there in the ocean, and then these dolphins that were seriously in like maybe like a 10 by 10 or 10 by 15 like little like cage. Like it literally was a cage. Like they were just like jumping up and down, and like you could just tell that they were going crazy because they're meant to be swimming miles and miles in the open ocean, and they can't even like swim in a line. Like it was just so disheartening and sad. And when we pulled up, I just like felt like instant regret that we were there, that we paid to do this. Like yeah, when we pulled up and we could see a sign from the boat. It was a pretty big sign. It just said no cameras allowed, and we thought like, okay, like first we were like, okay, maybe they were just going to take pictures and videos of us so that they could sell it to us. I mean,
that's what we assumed.
We thought it was just going to be like a tourist thing where they were going to try to make more money. we decided to take our cameras anyway. We weren't going to film a whole lot, especially if they didn't want us to. But we just felt like we needed to try as much as we could to film what it was like. I mean, we only got just a few seconds of footage, but they were pretty upset that we even brought our cameras off the boat in the first place.
Anytime they saw it, they would like walk up to you and be like, give me your camera. Give me your camera. And we were like, no, like we
can turn it off. We can turn off the camera and just put it off to the side. Like we're not going to use it, but they just didn't want that either. And it turns out that they weren't taking photos of us. They weren't taking videos of us. And so we knew that this was
like something very sketchy. That
like, the fact that like we couldn't take pictures and they weren't even taking pictures, like they didn't want this to get out to the public of what it actually looks like.
Like it just felt very, very sketchy, and like they didn't want anybody to see, like, and there was this woman that was there that was freaking out, rightfully so, but she like walked up to like one of the, I don't know, animal handlers or something, and she was like, do you need a license to do this? Like, this is disgusting. She was like, you're like, what is this place? Like, this is so gross.
This isn't nature, this isn't natural.
And Jacob and I were standing there, and like, we didn't even get in the water with the sharks and the stingrays. Like, we did that, like, when we first got there, we like walked in, and they were like, stand in the water here, and then like brought the stingray, and like literally we're just like manhandling it, and I just like felt so sick in my heart.
And so after that happened to us, and they like brought the stingray over and it touched us. And
and they chopped off its stinger, like, so it can't sting you. Like, I get, but like, that's not okay. Like, we've swam with stingrays so many times in the open ocean, and we've, like, you don't freaking touch them. Like, they're wild animals. Like, just let them live. Like,
Yeah, and so after we had that, like, 5-minute encounter with the stingray in their little pool, we just like got out, and then it was time to go swim with the nurse sharks.
And they were like, you're not allowed in if you're holding your camera. And we were like, okay, well, we didn't want to get in anyways because this is disgusting.
And so we didn't even get in. And like, we kind of feel bad saying this to people who have already done this, but like, you know, most people don't know about these animals before you actually go and get in. So if you've done that before, like, you shouldn't feel bad about it at all. Like, you just thought you were doing some fun tour, but like, even like 6 months ago, we probably wouldn't have felt this way. We probably would have been like, this is fun, we get to go swim with them. But now that we've like done things in the wild with nurse sharks and with stingrays and dolphins, we were just like, didn't feel right about it.
Yeah, we just like have had such a lot of experiences in the ocean with wildlife, and like Jacob said, like 6 months to a year ago, I don't think that we would have had probably any problem with it, like, because I don't think we would have known, like, and maybe, I mean, definitely we're very, very lucky that like we are educated on this situation, and we know that this like isn't right for these animals to be treated like this in these like enclosed, I don't know, like, we're not super prude people. Like, I'll bring the bread into the water to attract the fish to swim close to me. Like, it's just different when they're like, it literally looked like jail. Like, it was just really sad.
Yeah, it just looked so sad. And like the fact that they wouldn't like let us walk around, like they had to be supervising us to make sure that we weren't like taking pictures or filming. Like,
I felt like I was in like jail. Like, it was like very like like people were on top of you. Like, we saw one girl get her phone taken away because she like brought it in.
Yeah, she was just trying to take a picture of a dolphin, and they like went up to her and grabbed her phone.
Not okay. Just not okay.
We don't like saying bad things about specific companies, but like, just feel like we should probably say something. But maybe if we don't even include the name, we'll just say like, there's probably only one place to do this in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, and so you should just not swim with the sharks and the stingrays while you're here. You can do it plenty of other places. You don't need to do it while you're here.
In the wild, you can do it in the wild. Like, the stingrays have their stingers, but like, as long as you respect them, they're gonna respect you, and they're not gonna like sting you. Like, I can't like, we've swum with stingrays like not hundreds of times obviously, but like so many times I can't even count. Like, and we were fine every single time. And I just feel like I need to say, like, I don't even know if maybe these people don't even know what they're doing is bad, although it feels like they did because they wouldn't let us take pictures or videos. Like, it felt like they knew that it was bad. I don't know, you can go to the Bahamas and swim with nurse sharks if you really want to, and they're not in a cage. I mean, I'm pretty sure they feed them, but they're still free to leave whenever they want. Like, they're not trapped there. Like, they're free to go. It's just different.
So, I mean, it was a pretty rough day. I mean, it started out pretty well, but then after that, it just
we did touch the bottom of the ocean, though.
That was something that, you know, we put in the video
Yeah.
beforehand, and it was great.
And I was feeling really excited. I was like, oh, I just want to like free dive now. And, like, we're gonna go take a class, and like everything's great. And like, I think it's just so cool because like being in the ocean is such a wonderful, humbling thing, and you want to have these experiences and just like see the world that God created, but you don't want it to be in like this artificial way that is harmful to the animals or the environment. Like, it's just...
We appreciate you watching this video, and we will see you next time.